Acute Dumb Dating, ADD, is an acronym for the nervous condition, which is very popular and common, called attention deficit disorder, which is the inability to pay attention. And this is actually the beginning of most of the unhealthy relationships that you find out there. You would agree with me that the rate of divorce is skyrocketing. Even in our Nigerian society, where we are a bit of conservative, hypocritical people who like to cover up a lot of things, you would agree that in recent times, people have lost the courage to cover up, and the rate of divorce is going way overboard. And this thing boils down to the inability to pay attention. Acute Dumb Dating, my book, which will be released officially in 2022, is basically about the stupid things people do while dating. And these are the things that they carry into marriage. And this is why a lot of marriages don't last. Because foundation is very important. If the foundation is weak, there is nothing you can build on it. And it takes us to ADD, the inability to pay attention. I believe strongly that it is impossible for anyone to hide their true identity and character, to hide their true, who they truly are from you, if you pay attention. I agree that we live in a world of multitasking and we want to do a lot of things at the same time because we believe that we have limited time. But since the earliest civilization, it has always been 24 hours, so it has not reduced. But because there is this ideology of the rat race, everyone is competing against themselves. So we believe that the more we do, the more we are ahead of other people. So we do this, trying to make sure that we achieve more than others because we are in competition with them. But our world is not built on competition. It is built on collaboration. It is not built on survival of the fittest. It is built on this ecosystem of oneness. And when you live with this consciousness that you're not in competition with other people, you are meant to be in collaboration with them. You are free from this rat race. And multitasking becomes a tool, an instrument to further and advance the cause of humanity, which also comes back to you, producing results in your personal life. So it is no longer you trying to, be better than the other person, so you have to do 100 things in 1 hour. And you bring this into relationships. People go into relationship with people and they are not paying attention, forgetting that every event, every time you spend with someone you are considering building a relationship or marriage with is an opportunity for you to know a dimension of them. So you cannot afford to lose concentration and focus. I am not saying you should make one person the center of your world. I am saying when you have agreed to be committed to someone and you want to take a shot at building a future together, it is important to pay attention. Because the way they behave at different times, in different circumstances, will reveal the different facets and dimensions of who they are to you. And these are informations and facts and figures and proofs that you need to make the right judgment that will help you know, is this the person I should really be with? I like what DMX, the late DMX said. He said, trust people to be themselves. Trust the facts and you know them well. How do you get the fact when you are carried away by the euphoria of, the beauty, the paparazzi? I'll give you an example. People agree to date. They start dating. I have a personal policy. If I'm dating you, we're together, you have to drop your fucking phone. Yeah, because I will drop mine. Because that point, except there is an important call, somebody is dying or something very important comes up, The time we are spending together is to know ourselves better. I want to know the demons in you, and you should also try to know the demons in me. I don't want to, go further and then I'm saying I didn't know you were like that. I would feel like a fool. But you see people nowadays, they agree to date, to commit to themselves. They are spending time together, but they are both on their phones. People go out to the cinema, for instance, rather than paying attention to the person to know how do they behave in this kind of environment. Because the cinema environment is different from the bedroom. It's different from the lounge. So they don't pay attention to them. They are taking pictures and sending it to their fucking friends on Instagram and Facebook. I'm here with my baby, because everything they are doing is for the world. It's not so they can make the right judgment. So they move forward 6 months later, 1 year later, and they come around and say, I didn't know he was like that. I didn't know he was a cheat. I didn't know he was a bully. I didn't know he was an abusive person. You were not paying attention. You were multitasking. You were fooling around. You were majoring on the minor and minoring on major. And that's why people can easily hide their true identity from you. It is important to be true to yourself. When you are true to yourself, it is impossible, it is almost impossible for anybody to lie to you, because you don't lie to yourself. You don't lie. I have seen a couple of relationships, people dating. One of the chapters in Acute Dumb Dating, I emphasize the ideology of dating to build friendship and not to marry. We've been taught over the years that if you are anybody you want to date, you must date to marry. And that's very, very stupid. You date to build friendship, not to marry. And in emphasizing that, I mentioned that we're going to talk about that in another episode of this video. But let me briefly, tell you some of the things that I mentioned in that chapter. That it is in dating to build friendship that you know the basic. You may not know everything, but there are very key important things that you need to know. And if your goal, if your intention is to know, it is not for personal aggrandizement and to show off to people that I have a boyfriend now, so check him out. If your intention is to know and you are not lying to yourself, it is hard for anybody to lie to you, to deceive you, because you are not deceiving yourself. It says the deep calls unto the deep. Oftentimes, when people fall victim to all this deception and manipulation, it's because you have those things in you. Yes, you're also trying to manipulate and deceive the other person. If your intentions are right, it is almost impossible. I'm not saying it doesn't happen that good people fall into bad hands, but it is almost impossible for you to fall victim to bad people, to abusive people, to manipulative people, if you don't have a dose of those things inside you. So on this episode, the focus is pay attention to whoever you're with. Whenever you're with them, it is an opportunity for you to study and know them, to know the different facets and dimensions of this person so you can make the right judgment and not fool around. I'll see you again on the second episode of this video. Acute Dumb Dating. Stupid things people do while dating. Till I see you, please don't be stupid. Thank you for watching. Please share this video with your friends and follow the page.